Thank you so much. A big thank you to Mary Grant and to Susan Goodman and the entire United Way team for all the hard work they've done to launch Raise Your Hand Tennessee. I'm very thankful to be here today and to join all of you on the panel. As you know, my husband and I are very passionate about education. When I started to set up our office a year ago, we started researching how we could play a role in Tennessee and started by asking some questions. Why were so many of our students dropping out of high school? Why weren't more students going on to higher education? And why do we need so many remedial courses when they got to higher education? Well, there are many ways to respond to these complex questions, but a lot of research shows that early reading scores are a strong predictor of how well a child will do in school. As we did our research, we kept being pushed further and further back to the sources of the problems. The kids, when they dropped out of high school, they didn't get behind in high school. They were behind in middle school. And they were probably even behind in elementary school. Some of them weren't ready to be in kindergarten. You've probably heard, Susan just said it, you heard it said, children learn to read through the 3rd grade. After that time, they're reading to learn. And last year, less than half of Tennessee's 3rd graders were reading on a proficient level, less than half. While I talk about parents as being a child's first, most important teacher as I go around the state, and I've seen teachers doing a terrific job working with our students in reading. But there is room for the community to walk alongside our parents and our teachers to give students the confidence they need to become excellent readers, and ultimately more successful in school and in life. Research shows that if a child has just one person who believes in them, one person in their school who believes that they can do it, it could be a principal, a teacher, a cafeteria worker, or a volunteer, then that student will do better academically. I'll give you an example. As I traveled the state, I visited one school in Wilson County, and I heard a story there that really affected me. They happened to be across the street from a retirement community, and one day a lady from the retirement community came over to the school and said, "Is there anything I can do to help you?" And they said, "Well, sure, how about reading with this student? We have reading with a student." And they matched her with a young man who was very behind in reading. And she started coming over twice a week for about 30 minutes a day and reading with that student. And you can guess what happened. His reading ability improved. And so did all of his grades. And so did his behavior. He no longer was sent to the principal's office. His confidence was tremendously increased. That one relationship with an adult who cared about him made all the difference. I visited schools all over the state, and I've observed most schools are eagerly welcome help from people in the community. And their students showed the gain from that help. And that's where Raise Your Hand Tennessee becomes so valuable, to connect volunteers with schools and with the students who need that encouragement in reading, tutoring in a challenging subject, or the support of a mentor on their side. I believe that education is the future of our state's economy. Long term, this is about higher graduation rates and preparing students for the workforce and life after high school. But right now, this is about reading with a child to help them become stronger readers, to develop a friendship, and to encourage that student toward a brighter future. I believe there are people in Tennessee who want to help but just don't know how. There are a lot of great ways to volunteer, but I think reading is a great way to foster a relationship with a child that could change his or her future. We are the volunteer state, after all. I'd love to see volunteers all across the state coming out to support our children. I hope to help recruit volunteers over the next year as I travel around for this important initiative, and I look forward to the progress that United Way and their partner organizations will make with Raise Your Hand Tennessee. I'm proud to be helping with this and a part of it, and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you so much.